You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
What is up everyone, Mark here, welcome back to my channel, welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be giving a song review for Who the Hell is Edgar? And this is of course Austria's entry for Eurovision 2023. So before we get started, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get into my first reactions. My first reactions to this song really were just that I thought it was a lot of fun, I thought it was a bop, and I really liked it. Now when I first heard the song, I didn't know too much about the lyrics or the meaning behind the song, and at first I kind of felt this was a pretty decent song, not one that I saw in my top 10 or not one that I thought was overly impressive or anything. So as I took the time to actually get familiar with the song, my opinion of the song actually improved quite a bit. So first, let's talk about the song structure. And this song has a very unique and interesting song structure. It begins with a spoken part, which I wasn't a big fan of at first. I thought it sounded a bit cheesy, but I've come to appreciate it now. And then you get into, of course, the first verse, and then you get into some of the bridges, right? And the main bridge here is that O mio padre part, which is very interesting. Nice to hear some Italian in this song, of course, and it sounds almost like a church choir in that moment. It's definitely a very jarring transition from those first verses to that first bridge, and then you get into the chorus, which is really just them saying po over and over again, which I wasn't sure how I felt about at first. Towards the middle and end of the song, you actually have that O mio padre part again, and that kind of mixes in with the chorus, which leads into the last two choruses. That definitely isn't your typical song structure, to be honest. Normally you would have a chorus that is just repeated multiple times throughout the song with no real changes to it, but here you have a first chorus which is significantly different from the rest of the choruses. And you also have that spoken part, which I might add also ends off the song with that final "Who the hell is Edgar?" So I thought that was really interesting. I really liked that a lot about this song. It definitely made this feel very unique and very out of the box, and that's something that I really appreciated from Austria. So that is honestly one of the big pros for this song. The song structure is weird, it is unexpected, and that really plays in this song's benefit. So with that, let's talk about one of the other things I really liked about this song, and that is the lyrics. The lyrics honestly probably are my favorite thing about this song. They are actually super well written, they are pretty meaningful and personal, and it was a surprise for me because at first this song sounded very much like a joke entry, something that did not take itself too seriously at all. I expected the lyrics to be total nonsense, or at least something that is just not at all as serious as they actually are. This is a pretty self-aware song that is about songwriting, and I think one verse that really conveys that message is this one, and they'll put it on the screen now. This one is definitely, of course, about songwriting. This refers to an IPI, which is interested party information, and this is a number that is assigned to songwriters, and also an A&R, which stands for artists and repertoire, and they basically cover talent recruiting, scouting, essentially connecting songwriters and artists with record labels, and basically overseeing all that sort of stuff. I'm sure that this has some deeper meaning too, because as someone who is not a songwriter, I'm not sure if I can connect with this on the same level as someone who has been a songwriter, but I do write short stories, and I've always wanted to write novels and things like that, so I can kind of relate to this on that level. I think one of the other verses I like a lot is actually about the financial hardships of being a songwriter, and this verse I will also put on the screen now. Yeah, as you can see, this is definitely about the financial struggles of being a songwriter, of being a creative person, someone in the music industry especially, and this I can definitely relate to, and it can be very challenging to be practically relying on things to just magically work out in order to afford nice things, or be able to go out, or be able to go travel and do things like that. 0.003 is, unfortunately for a lot of people that are in creative industries, kind of what your budget is most Friday nights. Maybe not that dramatic, but just from personal experience and from someone who has definitely been around a lot of creative people, yeah, it's tough out here. Like, it really is, especially right now. Even the line, "Edgar cannot pay my rent for me," it's true. No matter how good your writing is, unless you're discovered and unless you become a big star, it can be very hard to make a living for yourself. So I really appreciate those lyrics a lot. That is one thing that I think makes this song one of the most impactful and memorable for me, and just one part of the song that I really resonate with a lot. Also the line, "At least it pays to be funny," that definitely hit for me. So moving on from there, the lyrics here definitely are a major pro for me, and one of the things that I really like about this song. So next up is the staging potential. And so the music video that we got did give us a pretty good idea, in my opinion, of what the staging would look like, and at least what the dance would look like for this song. Kind of like with songs in previous years like Dottie Freyr's Think About Things or like Subwoofer, Give the Wolf a Banana, we have had plenty of songs in Eurovision that have dances associated with them, and I think this year we haven't really gotten too many, right? We have Malta, which kind of has a dance to it, and a couple songs have some things like that, like some gestures or movements, but nothing like Subwoofer, nothing like Dottie Freyr. So I think this might be actually the first song we've gotten this year that has an actual dance to it. And of course, that's just going off the music video. We haven't seen any live performances of this song quite yet. So this is only kind of what I'm hoping will be on stage and what I kind of do expect to be on stage based off the information we have so far. But so long as they keep that dance in the actual live performance, I think that's going to do very, very well, because those songs that have dances to them are very popular and for a good reason. They're a lot of fun. There were a lot of TikTok challenges in the previous years of people doing the dance to Think About Things or 10 Years or even Give That Wolf a Banana. So having something like that would make this song even more fun and just make me like it a lot more too. So I hope they stick with that dance. And beyond that, there isn't too much I have in my staging wish list. I just hope they don't give us basic generic staging. Like, think about Austria last year, right? This kind of weird metallic halo sort of thing around the artists and not too much going on stage otherwise. And so I hope that for this year, Austria does something a little bit different. You know, even if they don't have anything super crazy on stage, they can just have some very nice colors, some very nice lighting, and also have a really fun dance to make this super memorable, even if all else fails. As we know, staging is a huge determiner of a song's success in Eurovision, so just so long as they give us something fun, something interesting, and hopefully a dance we can all dance along to, then I think that this song can do very well in Eurovision and will definitely be even higher on my list. So with that, let's move on to the last two things I want to talk about with this song, one of those being the vocals. So now the vocals in the music video, of course, that is just the studio track, they sound pretty good. I like them a lot. I just hope that for some of the high notes and some of the faster parts of the song, that these artists are able to keep their vocals sharp, kind of keep up with the pace of the song, because last year, as we know, that was an issue for Austria. So I hope that this year we do not repeat that cycle and that these artists are able to keep up with what is definitely a very fast-paced song, and one that I think would be challenging for any artist to sing live. That's one of the big concerns for me here. The song is pretty fast and there's a lot of stuff going on in it, especially in the choruses, but from what I know of these artists, they seem very professional and seem to know what they're doing, so I have no doubt that they will impress us in Liverpool. Just one concern I wanted to point out, and with that, let's talk about the very last thing I want to talk about in this song. Not really a con, to be honest, but just one thing that I wanted to note as well, and that is the instrumental, right? So the instrumental is kind of what makes this song sound very much like a typical standard pop song. It's the kind of remix sounding instrumental you hear in a lot of pop songs nowadays, so this doesn't really earn the song too many points for me. It is fun, it definitely builds the atmosphere of this song very well, but it still isn't the most unique to me on that front. It honestly reminds me quite a bit of the instrumental to Halo last year, which is also why I do draw a lot of comparisons between this song and that one. However, I think it still works pretty well for the song. Just one thing I wanted to point out too. So with all that said, that is all of the main stuff I wanted to talk about with this song. Overall, I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I was going to give this a 10 out of 10 or even a 9.75 out of 10 like I gave Queen of Kings, but I don't want to give this that just yet. Again, we haven't seen any live performances, and I have concerns about, the vocals and the instrumental being a bit done before. I think that 9.5 out of 10 is a pretty good spot to give it for now. That is really just the starting point for this song though. This song I think has nowhere to go but up, and I really am so excited to see this in May. So with that, let me know if you agree, disagree with this review. Let me know your rating for Who the Hell is Edgar, and let me know what you want to see next. I'm definitely planning to make more song reviews in the future just because it's been so hectic now with all the songs coming out, and it's been very difficult to make any top 10s or top 30s or top 37s or anything like that. So let me know if you enjoyed these song reviews. If not, maybe I'll try something else. But with all that said, thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Peace.